Hare Krishna. So we'll start prayers. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya
Shalakaya
Chakshurunmilitam Yena Namo Vishnu Padaya
Krishna Pristaya Bhutale
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravacharya Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarina Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya ki jai Sudarshan Chakra ki jai Narsimdev Bhagwan ki jai Hare Krishna. So somehow today, maybe because of Durga Puja celebrations, not yet no one joined now. Okay, so like last class we are discussing about how Dronacharya was training Pandavas, and in that training being pleased by Arjuna's character and activities and his dedication, like Dronacharya tells that he will make him the best warrior among all the students. So after that he comes across Ekalavya, and how this Ekalavya was rejected by Dronacharya as a student, and later on Ekalavya goes and practices by putting the murti of Dronacharya and learns. And when Arjuna comes to see that he is so expert, then he goes and tells to Dronacharya that okay, he tells himself as this, your student, but you already promised me that I am going to become the best student. Then Dronacharya goes and sees, and as a Guru Dakshina he has the finger. So few things, one more thing we have to understand, like here, like last time when the boys were asking that, like Dronacharya, like many times people have misconception that, okay, what Dronacharya did may not be, is not appropriate. So the point is here to understand that, see, when Dronacharya was training, so when he became famous all over the place, then people from all over the world, okay, the kings were sending their princes, okay, the Rajakumaras, to learn from Dronacharya. So like the thousands of these okay, princes, okay, the sons of kings, the young kids, the Kshatriyas, they are coming and learning from Dronacharya. So it is not that Dronacharya rejected everyone. And even later on we come to see that Dronacharya, like when after he wins over half the kingdom from Drupada, basically Arjuna defeats Drupada, and okay, as because Drupada was the earlier in Gurukul days, he was the friend of Dronacharya, so he promises him that when he becomes the king, he will give the half kingdom. So as he told, like then later on, Dronacharya takes half the kingdom from him. Okay, then when he takes half the kingdom, so then what happens is, later on Drupada goes, being insulted, he goes and performs a yajna. Through the yajna, he gets Drishtabdyumna. He wanted a son who is going to kill Dronacharya. So the enmity, the revenge continues. So Dronacharya get to know that Drupada has performed a yajna like this. So kings are always aware about what other kings are doing. Like Bhishma was aware about what was where Dronacharya was getting trained and all those things. So knowing that Drishtadyumna is going to kill, but still when Drishtadyumna comes and wants to learn from Dronacharya, Dronacharya doesn't reject him. Rather, it teaches Drishtadyumna all the martial arts, the Dhanurvidya. Okay. So even in Bhagavad Gita, when Duryodhana was mentioning in the first chapter, he mentions that, say, the Pandava army led by Drishtadyumna, your disciple Drishtadyumna. So basically, Duryodhana was inciting Dronacharya. So how, because this person you have trained and he is going to kill him, and knowing that, how can you train him? So it is not that, see, Brahmana means when a qualified person is there, he gives the knowledge. So one thing is they are liberal, and liberal doesn't mean that he is going to give the knowledge to an unqualified person. So if we give the knowledge to an unqualified person, then what happens? He can misuse the knowledge. Okay. So by that it can cause harm to all the people. So that is why here we get to know that, it is generally people have, Dronacharya didn't give knowledge to Ekalavya, but Ekalavya was not qualified. So that is why he didn't give him the knowledge. Being from the tribal, and even when he goes and meets, this person was very filthy, not with like proper this thing, etiquette and all those things. So if he has this vidya, he will misuse it. So that is why he didn't give that knowledge. Then one time, one more thing comes, like one time Dronacharya goes to take bath in Ganga. So that time immediately a crocodile comes and attacks him. So that time he starts shouting like, someone can save me, someone. And all these Gurukuli boys, they come and see Dronacharya. See Dronacharya, how he is like, suffering through the attack of this crocodile. So immediately Arjuna comes, and without any fear, he releases 5 arrows and cuts crocodile, and Dronacharya was released from the crocodile attack. So when he comes back, and he becomes very happy to seeing the bravery of Arjuna, and immediately acting. And then it tells that, there only it tells, I am going to make you the best archer. Okay. Of course, before also it tells. And now, after seeing this, he gives this weapon, Brahmastra weapon. It is also called as Brahmasira. So Brahmastra, by which it is very invincible weapon. And while giving it tells, you can't use this weapon on normal people, common people. Basically, it has to be used only on celestials like that, only when in a very great need. So that is why in Mahabharat, if you see, Arjuna doesn't use that Brahmastra, like for killing Karna or something like that. So whenever someone takes something, it has to be used properly. Okay. So that is why wherein, and once actually Karna, even before this, he said that Karna once goes to Dronacharya and wanting this Brahmastra, and Dronacharya doesn't give Brahmastra to Karna. And then what he does is, he goes to, because he doesn't give that Brahmastra, then he goes to his guru. Okay, you are not giving, I'll go to your guru. He goes to Parshram to get that vidya of that Brahmastra. So Parshram gives, but later on, while he was serving, Parshram gets to know that he is actually, he lies that I am a Brahmana, because thinking that he is not going to give me the Brahmastra, or the weapons. So he lies that I'm a Brahmana to Parshuram. So then Parshuram, okay, when he gives one time when Parshuram was taking nap on the lap of near, he was doing some service to him. Then immediately he sees some this scorpion comes or some scorpion or something, like some insect comes and bites him, and the blood was coming, and immediately, okay, by seeing the warmth of the blood, Parshuram wakes up. Then he sees, okay, where from blood is coming. Then he sees that some insect is bitten and he is not attending only. Then he asks, okay, come on, you are a Brahmana, how can you tolerate? Then he understands you are not a Brahmana. Then it tells that he curses him that at right moment you will not be able to use the whatever vidya I have given, you will not be able to remember the mantras to save yourself. So that is why, since that curse is there, that is why he has to, that curse has to manifest. So that is why in the Mahābhārata, he was in that position and he was not able to recollect the mantras. And Krishna tells you, kill him. So why Krishna is telling? Because he has done activities like that. Okay. So there is a principle, Sheto Shatyam. If a person is very cunning, with the cunning you have to be cunning. Okay. In Kshatriyas it is like that. So everything is in a balanced way. Okay. Yes, Brahmanas are liberal. It doesn't mean liberal, doesn't mean that they give to the unqualified person. Okay. Similarly, like Arjuna, and Krishna is telling to kill, like one should not kill. Okay, but here is asking Arjuna to release the weapon because he did in a cunning way. Like, okay, he tells so many things that then, okay, but he killed Abhimanyu. 5 warriors attacked Abhimanyu, which was against the Kshatriya codes. So to teach that, Krishna is telling to release the weapon while he was in that position. So today we'll say that after this entire training, there was a martial exhibition. So after this training, what happens is, so I'll read from as it is, because maybe I'll share from this book only, Mahabharat book, that is called as Martial Exhibition. This is by Krishna Dharma Prabhu, Mahabharat by Krishna Dharma Prabhu. You are all able to see? Hare Krishna. Yes. So seeing that princess has become expert in the arms and warfare. Okay. Drona went to Dhritarashtra and said, "O king, your sons have completed their education. With your permission, they may now display their proficiency. Let me therefore arrange an exhibition." Dhritarashtra thanked Drona for instructing the princes and said, "I envy those who will be able to witness the prowess of my sons." Why he is telling I am envying them? Because he is not having the eyes to see. Okay, so that is why he is telling I have that envy towards those people who are going to see this prowess. I shall attend the display with Vidura, who will be my eyes. So basically, he is going to see, okay, the display with by hearing from Vidura. With his assistance, please make the preparations, O best of Brahmins. So he's telling that he's asking Dronacharya, take the assistance of Vidura and okay, make the preparations. Then Drona and Vidura then went outside of the city and selected a large, flat piece of land. After sanctifying the spot with prayers and offerings to the gods, Drona had skilled architects construct a great stadium. See here, if you see, okay, what he is telling. First thing is, they found a flat piece of land, and after that, what they did? Sanctifying the spot with prayers and offerings to the gods. So that is why the Bhumi Puja, okay, was done, okay, by prayers. Like that is why during Bhumi Puja, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, because in this Kali Yuga, okay, Sankirtan is the best form of prayers, best form of, okay, puja. So doing the kirtans, then generally sometime when there is a construction, they keep Ananta Shesh in the ground so that he can withhold the place, okay, like that. And Drona had skilled architects construct a great stadium. Skilled architects means they have to see all the vastu and everything, okay, which position, what things have to be done, like everything, like for example, the stadiums have to be in a circle shape, okay. Similarly, the homes should be in a, what you say, rectangle or square, like that. So everything has vastu. So this vastu is coming from, again, shastras given by Krishna. So we have to live our life based on shastras. And who tells us what is right and what is wrong? Okay, the Brahmanas. Okay, so basically these skilled architects, they have this knowledge of this Vastu Shastra. Okay, then it had a vast central area and platforms rising on all four sides. Wealthy merchants sponsored the installation of thousands of beautiful seats carved from wood and inlaid with ivory and pearls. So that is why thousands of beautiful seats. You are understanding? So it is, and it is made from wood. So Kali Yuga means everything is iron and plastic, like that. So earlier it is wood and inlaid with ivory and pearls. So you can understand how rich they are. Rows of golden thrones encrusted with coral and gems were built on the royal platform. So for the royal means for the Kshatriyas, this, okay, royal platform will be there. Like you see in a stadium for the cricketers, for the players, okay. There is a VIP lounge or something like that, okay, for all the VIPs. The stadium sides reach up to the sky. Means you can understand how, okay, huge it will be. And were adorned with tall white flagstaffs bearing colored pennants that fluttered in the breeze. So it has, okay, even like, so the flagstaffs are coming from that time only. Not that only these flags, keeping the flags, colored flags. So only it is now only we are using. On an auspicious day determined by the royal astrologers, the citizens enter the stadium eager to see the princes display their power. So when they are doing this activity on an auspicious day, okay. So not on any day, like it is not based on, that is why, okay, all these activities, it is not that I can do on whenever I like. It is not like that. It has to be done. Everything has to be done at proper time and proper, okay, situations. Not like whenever I like, I will do. Bhishma and Vidura, leading Dhritarashtra by the arm, walked at the head of the procession. They were immediately followed by Drona and Kripa, along with other members of the royal party, such as Balika. See, this Balika is the brother of Shantanu. means he is uncle of Bhishma. So he is the oldest person who participated in Mahabharata war along with Bhishma and Duryodhana's party. And his son is Somadatta. He also participated. And Somadatta's son is Bhurishwara. So all these three people, they participated in the Mahabharata war. So basically, like Somadatta is like Bhishma's, means you can say like Balika is uncle, and Somadatta and Bhishma are like brothers, and Bhurishwara and Dhritarashtra will be like brothers. So all them, they participated. So he's basically Balika is Pratipa's son. And other kings visited from surrounding kingdoms. So they have their own kingdom and they came and participated. The royal ladies came out of the city dressed in dazzling robes and ornaments, accompanied by numerous maids in waiting. So that is why, means women, they have to come with opulences, okay, and ornaments with okay, very colorful dress. The ladies ascended the royal platforms like goddesses ascending the holy Mount Meru. Okay, so they have their own place for sitting, okay, with maids in waiting. Okay. Crowds of citizens of all four castes thronged into the stadium and marveled at its beauty. The houses were built of pure gold and were studded with priceless Vaidurya gems. It was decorated with countless garlands of bright flowers and strings of pearls. The sound of people fitting the stadium was like the surging ocean. Trumpets were blown and drums beaten, mixing with the blast of thousands of conches and the excited talk of the people. So it is with a lot of this, with enthusiasm and that, okay, that what you say, that enthusiasm, they are waiting when we are going to see the princes, their exhibition, means their prowess, okay, their strength, their okay, expertise in releasing the weapons. So they are very eager to see. So that is why in earlier everything was live, not that something is recorded in video and just portrayed and do some, what you say, this do some what you say, nowadays in the movies they do it, no? They don't act, but special effects and all those things. Okay, but here it was, everything was live. Okay, so now further, when everyone was seated, Drona entered the arena with his son Ashwatthama. He wore white robes and white garlands, and his body was smeared white with sandalwood paste. So generally, so that is why no need to actually, generally if you put sandalwood paste, it gives the cooling effect and it gives pleasant smell. Okay. His hair and beard were also white, and with his powerful sun, he looked like the moon accompanied by Mars. The noise of the crowd subsided as Drona entered. So that is why. So when a powerful personality entered, so everyone was calm. So we can understand how cultured people were. So when a great personality is entering, so whole crowd, these thousands of crowds, people, they became, okay, means pin drop silence. Drona then had a large number of Brahmins perform auspicious rites in the arena. So any activity has to be performed before that, perform auspicious ritualistic activities so that it can give auspiciousness to the whatever performance they are going to do. Okay, even I was hearing recently, Maharaj was discussing Natya Shastra, was like this theater, dance and Natya and Nitra and Natya and all those things, Nitya. Okay. So Natya is whole activity is called as Natya. Nitra is Nritya, Nrtya, That is only one act like that. Okay, so everything, like whenever they construct these theaters, okay, it is again taken from Vedas, and this Natya Shastra is given by Bharata Muni. Okay? So everything has calculations. And even before the opening of the theater, it is said that the cows and the Brahmanas reside over there for a week or so that it can be made auspicious. The place can be made auspicious. So otherwise, you see, like it is said that whenever if something inauspicious things happen in these theaters, generally the artists they don't do any like these natyas, okay, these dramas over the theaters. And all these natyas and dramas have why they perform in earlier days, so that people, those who can't read the scriptures, by seeing the dramas, they can get they can invoke the emotions for the Lord. So everything is so that we can get attraction for the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Okay, so when we become attracted to Krishna, attached to Krishna, then we wish to go to the place where he stays, Goloka. Okay, and like that is why people used to perform, okay, stories based on dramas, based on Mahabharat, based on Bhagavatam, based on Puranas, like that. So that's how they used to develop this thing. And later on, now if you see, and it is told even in like singing and songs and all those things, like if this thing, what do you say? If the songs doesn't have the meanings for the words, then it is called as, that song is called as asuric, demoniac. So basically, the song should have the proper meanings. Means every word should have proper meaning. Then only it will be auspicious. Okay, not like you can have a song without proper meaning. Okay. Okay, we'll see what is happening further. The mantras echoed around the stadium. So here, like when Drona entered first, by his entrance, all the people became, means silence. There was okay, full silence. Then the Brahmanas, they started performing auspicious rites. Okay, the mantras echoed around the stadium. Expert musicians simultaneously played their instrument, creating a sound that pleased and calmed the audience who sat in expectation. So basically, these instruments, when they play, the instruments has to support the main mantras, not that the instrument's voice is superseding and one wants to, okay, show off. There is nothing show off. Everything is supporting to glorify the Lord. Okay. So it is said that when these proper aesthetics, these proper mantras are recited, then what will happen? By this, okay, the finer brain tissues are developed. So the brain tissues are developed by three things. Our brain tissues become finer by three things. By chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, by okay keeping everything clean and okay, means in proper places with proper colors, okay, according to Vastu and all those things. And thirdly, okay, when we drink cow milk, okay, by taking cow milk once, okay, the brain tissues become finer. So when the brain tissues are finer, then you can understand the subtle things. Means the what you say, you can appreciate the subtleties. Okay, the small things, means not small things, you can say subtle things, means the deep meanings you can understand and you can catch it. Otherwise, okay, because that is why, okay, people, when they don't have all these three things now, okay, people are, they don't chant the holy names, they don't take cow milk, and they don't follow any proper aesthetics or not taking bath and all these things. Okay, then what will happen? Because of this, they'll be want to enjoy everything grossly, because of which they are not at all happy by their activities. Hare Krishna. Then the princes then entered the arena. So now the princes are entering. So that is why it is called as initial preparations. So the initial preparations are all these things. Okay. So it will take some good amount of time for all these things. And now people are calm and they are waiting for the princes to see their performances. The princes then entered the arena headed by Yudhishthira and striding like proud and mighty lions. So they are Kshatriyas. Naturally, okay, their walk is like lions. Means when their shoulders move, like when a lion moves, the way the lion moves, okay, with a lot of with pride. Similarly, the Kshatriyas walk is like that. They were clad in brilliant armors and equipped with every kind of weapon. So armors, okay. That is why Kshatriya means not that they are wearing torn clothes or any cheap clothes. They should be okay, having very bright clothes and similarly with armors. What is a armor? Like basically it is kavacha.
Shield.
Yes. Okay. Drona ordered them to show off their different skills. Beginning with Yudhishthira, the princes stepped forward one by one. So because Yudhishthira is the eldest, so first Yudhishthira came. They mounted swift horses and rode them expertly. So first they are doing horse riding, wheeling about the arena and hitting both still and moving targets. So they are hitting a still target, and similarly there is a moving target and they have to hit the moving target with arrows engraved with their respective names. So basically when you are hitting, you have to find whose arrow hit. So there the names should be there. Thousands of arrows sped in all directions, and some of the citizens ducked in fear. Okay, like because so continuously they are releasing the arrows. So you can understand how huge the stadium should be, so that the arrows are not going and hitting the audience. They can see, but the arrows don't enter into the stadium. Okay, and they are hitting just the targets. Others were fearless, their eyes wide with wonder. Sounds of excellent, well done resounded through the stadium. The prince's weaponry skills, horseback riding, and chariot driving were breathtaking. After breathtaking like that. After displaying all these skills, they pulled out their gleaming blue swords and rushed, shouting at one another. With swords also, they are fighting. They thrust and parried adroitly, dodging each other's attacks. Okay, means they are coming together and with shouts, they are doing okay, the sword fighting and like that. The people saw with delight the grace, speed, and strength of all the princes. So grace means the expertise of moving the weapons, okay, with the speed and with the strength. So three things should be there. So that is why, like you've seen sometimes in the movies, okay, they immediately they move the hands so expertly. But there is lot of again, okay, sometimes many times you see lot of this what do you say, they do with the programming, okay? But here they have to perform live. Any questions? Because I'm continuously
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, we'll go further then. If you have any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll continue. Drona then had Bhima and Duryodhana step forward to display mace fighting. Mace fighting means Gada Yuddha. Okay, you have Hanuman as Gada, na? Mace. The two heroes glared at each other and bellowed like furious bulls. So they are shouting like bulls. Generally, they see their eyes are like bulls. Like when Pandu was goes and wins Kunti Devi, there it mentions Mahabharat mentions. So his eyes are like the furious bull. So like because they are the best, like Bhima and Duryodhana means like Duryodhana also, when 100 children were born, that time Vyasdev tells actually this Dhritarashtra has also a lot of strength. He has also some hundreds of elephant strength. Similarly, Vyasdev tells you are going to give birth to 100 children and they have the strength of hundreds of elephants. Okay, so Duryodhana is also very powerful in that regard. So, and they are very good at this mace fighting. And at the end of Mahabharata also, they fight with, they do the mace fighting. Holding aloft massive iron maces, they circled. Okay, they are rounding like this. Each with his gaze fixed on the other. So both they are just not seeing anyone, okay, seeing each other. As Vidura described the scene to Dhritarashtra and Kunti to Gandhari, the two princes aimed terrific blows at each other. Okay, so they are getting blows also with their maces. Their maces collided with thunderous crashes. So you see now sometimes like in the movies it is shown, like when they are crashing, okay, the sparks are coming and it is okay, the sounds are coming as if it is like a thunder. Okay, like you have this during the rainy season, you have thunders, no? Sending showers of sparks into the air. The crowd became divided. Some supported Bhima while others supported Duryodhana. Shouts of "Behold the mighty Bhima and just see the powerful Duryodhana" filled the stadium. Drona realized that the fight was becoming too earnest, and he also saw that the people were becoming too excited. He told his son to step between the roaring rivals and stop them. Ashwatthama obeyed his father and, moving quickly forward, managed to separate the two princes. So then basically here it is, they have to show off, not that they have to kill each other. Okay, then when they are showing off, then Drona told, okay, now it's enough. He asked Ashwatthama to go in between and stop the fight. When Bhima and Duryodhana had stood down, still glaring at each other, Drona stepped into the middle of the arena. He stopped the musicians and spoke in a voice that resounded like thunder. So basically when they are fighting, even the musicians are playing, okay, the music. So it is simultaneously happening. So everything is in a proper manner, it is happening. Behold, okay, now Arjuna's abilities. He is dearer to me than my own son. So who is telling this?
Dronacharya.
Dronacharya is telling that Arjuna is dearer to him than his own son. The son of Indra is incomparable at every kind of martial skill. So this is what Dronacharya is telling. As Drona spoke, Arjuna entered the arena clad in golden armor, that is golden kavacha, with a large golden quiver. Quiver means where you keep arrows. A golden quiver of arrows on his back. So everything is solid gold. So you can understand how much opulence they have. Now, do you see any any minister, okay, wearing like golden shirt and like that? Do you come across any time?
No, Prabhuji.
You can understand how rich they are. And even we have seen the seats are okay embedded with ivory, pearls, Okay, all these things. And the seats are made up of wooden. Like now we don't have chairs only, not made of wooden. Like here I am using some plastic chair. Okay, so we can understand how rich India was, or Bharata Bhumi was 5,000 years before. What to speak about 5,000 years before, even 1,000 years before, it was so rich. It used to say that sometimes when people used to eat in golden plates, and they used to, after using the golden plate, the Kshatriyas throw you, okay, again, like they never used to use it again. Now people don't use even what you say, clay pots. Okay, the pots made up of this mud, like especially in if you come to Jagannath Puri, they use clay pot and use it and throw it. So one time, one of my relative came to Jagannath Puri and he was seeing so many pots. So he was asking, do they reuse it? I said, no, they use it and they throw away. He was shocked. Just by seeing that now the pots are not reused, he was shocked. Then how much shock we will get when we say that people used to use the golden plates and they used to throw away. And even it is told, like in Rama, in Ayodhya and Hastinapura, okay, the entrances, they used to have golden arches. Okay, you say na, that Toranam, Telugu you say Toranam. So the arches, generally holy places, they have in the entrance of the, like this thing, like if you go to Vrindavan or if you go to any holy place, like Tirupati, like that, okay, at the down of the hill, you have arches. Okay, so there sometimes you have security, big gates. So these arches are made up of solid gold. So if arches, which is on the roads made of gold, then how much rich they will be in their homes, one can understand. Okay, you are getting the point. It is not that one arch is made there, okay, thousands of security guards are there. So it is said even 500 years before, when this Krishna Devaraya was ruling this Vijayanagaram, that time this South India is called Vijayanagaram. Okay, Vijayanagaram means which was from the Vijayanagaram, which is near Srikakulam, from there to near Hampi. So till there, that whole area was ruled by this Krishna Devaraya. And near the Hampi, where Lord Hanuman was born, okay, there it is to be. It was told that this in the kingdom they used to sell these jewels, okay, jewels and diamonds on the in the market. So that much rich India was. Hare Krishna. Then, clad in golden armor with a large golden quiver of arrows on his back, the lustrous princess appeared like a cloud reflecting the rays of the evening sun and illumined by a rainbow and flashes of lightning. Okay, he is appearing like a cloud reflecting the rays of the evening sun. So actually he has also a color of Krishna. So Draupadi, Arjuna and Krishna, all three of them have this the dark cloud. Okay, how the dark cloud, it has a blue tinge. Their color was like that. Okay, bluish black, something like that. The invincible prince walked with the gait of a lion. Gait of a lion means the way lion walks. Okay, like that they used to walk. And as he glanced about the arena, it terrified all those upon whom his eyes fell. So just by their looks, they used to terrify the people. A cry of joy went up from the audience. People blew conches and played musical instruments. This handsome youth is Kunti's third son. Okay. And he is the best of all virtuous men and the most powerful. Some people said, so he is the third son, and is best of all virtuous men and the most powerful. Okay, so virtuous person means, okay, having the best character, following all dharma. So basically, if you say like in Shastras, it is told like many times people think that what they say that yeah, okay, basically by only fighting chivalry, okay, so Veera. So Veera means he has to fight nicely. So then he becomes heroic. So but Shastra says a person becomes heroic by 4 acts. Okay. So first thing is he should be Dharma Veera. Dharma Veera means he becomes heroic by following the Dharma, by following the Shastras. Then he should be Dhana Veera, means he should have a charitable disposition. Then third is Daya Veera, he should have compassion. And fourth is, this thing is Dharma, Dana, Daya, and Yuddha Veera, means he should be very, okay, chivalrous, means in fight. Okay, so it is not that generally people like for Karna it is called, okay, Dana Veera and Shura Veera. Shura means that, okay, Yuddha Veera. Okay, yes, he can, okay, he is like Atirata, he is like Arjuna, but in terms of dharma, he fails. He is not Dharma Veera. But whereas Yudhishthir Maharaj and Arjuna is Dharma Veera and Dana Veera and Yuddha Veera and Daya Veera also. You are getting the point? Any questions here?
No, Prabhuji.
So that is why we should not only see one aspect. Okay, it is not that, okay, he is very like, for example, in terms of Ekalavya, if you see, okay, he may be very powerful in fighting, but what about following the Shastras? But he doesn't have that character, so he may not be able to follow that Dharma Veera, means following the Shastras. You are getting the point? So that Daya Veera, so okay, that compassion for other living beings, because he is from a tribal. This tribal people may not be having that Daya for other living entities like that. Okay, so these aspects, so all the 4 aspects should be taken. What is that? Dharma Veera, Daya Veera, Dhana Veera, and Yuddha Veera. So generally we think, okay, whoever has this Yuddha Veera is more powerful. Like for example, in terms of dharma, he said that, see, if he was so much like Karna used to be tell like, okay, Dharma Veera, we know that Yudhishthir Maharaj always follows the Dharma, and here also it is like Karna was not following because he was lying. To get the Vidya, he was lying with Parashuram. Okay, and similarly, he killed Abhimanyu inappropriately, and he was supporting Duryodhana, who was adharmic. So he was no way Dharma Veera. Okay, and he insulted Draupadi. He was the person who, okay, excited Duryodhana to insult Draupadi. And Dana Veera, so sometimes people think that Karna has given his armor, golden armor, okay, this kavach, so he is so great, charitable. But Yudhishthir Maharaj is even more charitable. And similarly, Arjuna, because before the war, Arjuna was telling, better I'll renounce everything. Why I have to, for my sake, why so many people have to be killed? So better I will not fight, and I'll give up everything. And similarly, after the Mahabharat war, when everything, he becomes the emperor of the world, Yudhishthir Maharaj performs a Ashwamedha Yajna. So Vyasadeva instructs him to perform a Ashwamedha Yajna. So after performing the Ashwamedha Yajna, so people have to, any Yajna you perform, you have to give lot of charity to the Brahmanas. So he gives the charity to Vyasadeva. What charity he gives? He gives that now this whole, like he is the emperor, means he is the king of whole world. Now he tells, this whole earth belongs to you. This is the charity for you. Like that he gives charity to Vyasadeva. So you are understanding, you become the king for entire world and you are renouncing it after doing your duty. Then Vyasadeva takes it and returns it back. So that's how we have to, that is why we have to see everything, we have to take into account. Okay. So in the first only we discussed now, this Yudhishthira Maharaj represents the dharma tree, the tree of dharma, and Duryodhana represents the tree of adharma. And in this tree of adharma, okay, Karna is the stem, okay, the strong part, and Dhritarashtra is the root, because he is encouraging. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
No, Prabhuji.
We'll go further. Where are we? Okay. Dhritarashtra asked Vidura why the people were shouting so joyously. When Vidura told him that it was because Arjuna had appeared, Dhritarashtra said, "How blessed I am by Kunti's 3 sons. They are like 3 sacrificial fires and Kunti is like the sacred fuel." So he's externally telling. Okay. But Dhritarashtra burned secretly within himself. Why had the people not cheered his own sons in this way? So that is why he is separating Pandu's sons is his own sons. Okay, these are my sons, they are Pandu's sons. So my son should become the king. Was not Duryodhana Arjuna's equal? If only he could see what was happening. So he was thinking that, what is happening when Arjuna came, everyone is shouting like that. Then what all prowess Arjuna showed up. We'll see here. Vidura described the scene to the blind king. So what all things he performed? Arjuna displayed one celestial weapon after another, the Divyastra. So whom he learned from all these celestial weapons?
Dronacharya.
So why Dronacharya was called?
Because Kripacharya was the teacher and he doesn't know how to use celestial weapons.
Because Kripacharya doesn't know the celestial weapons. That is why Dronacharya was asked to teach these celestial weapons. And whom from Dronacharya learned the celestial weapons?
Parshuram.
Yes, very good. Very good. Yes, Anant, you are there? Hare Krishna. Okay. Okay, first, what he is doing. With the Agneya weapon, he produced fire. So you can remember, Agni, Agneya. Okay. So with that celestial weapon, just you recite that mantra and you can produce the fire. With the Varuna weapon, he produced volumes of water. So with Varuna weapon, you can produce volumes of water. Then with the Vayavya weapon, he caused a great wind to blow. So that is why in 6th chapter, Arjuna tells that if the wind is direct flowing from, say, north to south, generally in winter time, wind starts coming from north to south. Then in winter time, Then after, like in the summer time, it is from south to north. So he tells that I can change the shift wind direction, but I cannot control my mind. Then he is telling, with the Parjanya weapon, he created a huge downpour of rain. So, for example, in between the war, when all the warriors used to become tired, then the Kshatriyas used to release a weapon, this rain weapon, so that the drizzling of the rain will happen and the cooling effect will be there. Like, for example, if you are moving in a hot summer, when the rain comes, what will happen? You will be basically, the tiredness will go off. Na? So generally,
There will be coolness.
there will be coolness, and similar, you feel like a little bit, like basically, for example, summer is there. In summer, you cannot, basically in the daytime, when it is very hot, you cannot move a lot. But when it is winter time, okay, or when it is just in the, like for example, this time, maybe October end or November, it is very easy to move because there is no sweating, and you can do a lot of activity. Because when there is a sweating, you immediately feel tired. Okay, so because to come out of the tiredness, the Kshatriyas, they used to release this weapon, Parjanya weapon, and by this, everyone will be used to glorify the Kshatriya. Okay. Then Arjuna created land with the Bhauma weapon, means Bhumi Devi Bhauma weapon, and with the Parvatya weapon, he made a hill appear in the arena. Okay. So he can create a land, he can create a hill, he can create a rain, he can change the wind direction, he can produce water, he can produce fire, like this. Thus, by invoking the Antardana weapon, he made all those things disappear. And with Antardana, he removed everything. Whatever he produced, he made them disappear. As the citizens gasped means they opened their mouth and like this they are seeing. So, for example, in modern day, if someone does all these things, what will happen?
All press people will come and they'll start investing.
If, for example, if someone performs all these activities, immediately people say, oh, he is God. You are getting the point? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So some mystic, these are mystic siddhis. So if someone does something, some little thing, okay, immediately people think that, oh, like someone cures some disease. So what that is? Oh, he is God only. But are the people over there telling that Arjuna is God?
No, Prabhuji.
Does Arjuna is telling I am God now?
No.
Does Dronacharya tell I am God?
No.
So in Kali Yuga, it is a cheap thing to make anyone and everyone God. And this person, Arjuna, is in Bhagavad Gita, he tells Krishna as the supreme God. So whom we have to believe, Bhagavad Gita or any common person?
Bhagavad Gita.
Because Arjuna is telling Krishna is God. Yes, it's called God of gods, or he is called as supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, from him everything comes. Okay. So that is why, okay, whom we have to follow, we have to understand. Okay, not that okay in the newspaper it came, or otherwise okay this person is very famous and everyone is telling, that is why we have to follow him only. Or he cures some disease, okay, then he, okay, because say my neighbors are telling he is God, my friend is telling he is God, and my teacher is telling he is God, so he is God. I also have to believe he is God. No, we have to ask where in the scripture it is told. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, It is told, Bhishma Dev tells, like in Kali Yuga, this one avatar will come in Suvarna Ranga. Okay, his form will be golden avatar, golden color. And if you see all the holy places, if you go to Simhachalam, if you go to Jagannath Puri, if you go to this place, Ananta Padmanabha Swami temple, there the footprints of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. And he told this Hare Krishna Mahamantra will be, in future, will be chanted by people from all over the world. Now people are chanting from all over the world, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, and he didn't told that, okay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is even the avatar of Krishna. He didn't say that I am God. He told, I am a devotee of God. Okay. So, but because he came as a devotee, so he is preaching this, he is giving Hare Krishna Mahamantra to everyone. Is it clear? Any question?
No questions, Prabhuji.
Okay, very good. Go further. As the citizens gasped, the prince displayed all kinds of mystical powers. One moment he appeared as tall as a massive palm tree. Okay, means that is Mahima Siddhi. Okay, like Arjuna also becomes, na? When he wants to become very big, he can become very big. When he wants to become, he can become small. But Hanuman never tells that I am God. Who is God? Hanuman tells who is for
Sri Ram.
Lord Sri Ram is God. Okay, he is avatar of Krishna. Okay. So one moment he appeared as tall as massive palm tree, and in the next he became as small as a thumb. In an instant he went from standing on his chariot to standing on the ground, a distance from his chariot. Drona had a mechanical iron boar, means pig. Okay, mechanical means it can move. So that is why this mechanical word is also there from early only, not that only now by doing mechanical engineering modern people have invented. No, there is an iron boar and it is mechanically moving through a machine. It is moving. Okay. So that was that mission vidya, that yantra vidya. Mission is called as yantra. So that yantra vidya was also there, and there was mantra vidya also. So mantra vidya is for gods. Okay, that Indra, Chandra, and all these people, they used to use mantra vidya. And yantra vidya is for asuras. So now Kali Yuga, people don't have that brains. So what happens is basically it is told in Satyuga, the suras and asuras, they used to live in different planets. Like if you see Hiranyakashipu and other gods, okay, different planets they used to live. And when it came to Treta Yuga, means Satyuga means Narsinghadev time. When it came to Treta Yuga, the people live in different countries within the same planet. On the Earth planet, Lord Ram was living in India and Ravana was living in Lanka. Lanka is not this Sri Lanka. It was even farther distance than that. You are getting the point? That is Suvarna Lanka. The whole thing is made up of gold. But with means basically now you see now that Adams Bridge. That Adams Bridge is only up to Sri Lanka. But after that, people don't have seen that after that what it is there. Basically, Vibhishana wanted to break that one. If that bridge is there, then the enemies can attack from the bridge. Okay, the Lanka. So that is why he wanted Ram to break that bridge. So near Rameshwaram, the place is there, Dhanush Koti. From there, Lord Ram released an arrow. So by releasing the arrow, he broken the bridge. Okay. So that is why to reach, it is not possible. Okay. Like for example, last time we discussed not to go to higher planets, that Himalayas, higher Himalayas, only pious living entities can go. Okay. So what we were discussing. Then when it comes to Dwapara Yuga, in the same family, okay, there are good people and bad people. What is the example? Dwapara Yuga means when Krishna came.
Can you repeat the question, Prabhuji?
Okay, in Satyuga, the asuras means the demoniac people, and the demigods means the people who follow Sura means, okay, who follow the laws of God. They live in different planets. In Treta Yuga means when Lord Rama came, they live in different countries. Like in India, Lord Ram was there. In Lanka, Ravana was there. And in Dwapara Yuga, Lord, that is when Krishna came, okay, the demoniac people and the suras means the people who have the nature of demigods. They live in the same family.
Same country but different states.
No, same family. Like Dwapara Yuga means the Mahabharat.
Sri Krishna's mama was
Kamsa and you can
Kamsa.
say is Ugrasena, his father. His father was good, but Kamsa was demoniac. Same thing here. You say Duryodhana and okay, his brothers and Pandavas. They are of same family, na? You are getting the point?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So the Pandavas and Kauravas. And in Kali Yuga, do you know where they stay? In one person, there is the good person is there. Within one person, there is good side and bad side. You are getting the point?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So means sometimes people will follow like they will behave very nicely, like as if they are a demigods, means like Indra, and they follow all the scriptures. Sometimes they give up everything. They behave like asuras. You're getting the point? So that is why, like, no need to now in Kali Yuga. So if Krishna has to come and kill, how many people Krishna has to kill in Kali Yuga? Everyone is almost everyone is like that only, except some pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada and this sannyasis like that. Most of the people are having bad qualities. Anytime they can change their mentality, they change their opinions. So how to change? Then that is why by chanting the holy names, one can give up the bad side and they can become good. You are getting the point?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Anant, you have any questions?
No, Prabhuji.
You are understanding?
Yes, Prabhuji.
You are looking weak. Your voice is very feeble. You are all right now? Your health is good now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Go further. So Drona had a mechanical iron bow, run swiftly across the arena, and Arjuna shot 5 arrows into its mouth as if they were one shaft. Okay, you are understanding? So the boar is moving in the arena continuously by a machine, and Arjuna released 5 arrows and it entered into the mouth of this boar. That is not living boar, iron boar, but it is continuously moving. Have you any time seen in any this thing, your Olympic games, someone is hitting a moving object and he releases 5 arrows but it went into the mouth? What to speak about 5 arrows? Even can he hit 1 arrow? Just the moving object.
No, Prabhuji.
Okay. Even we don't see that a static object is there and they have to like small circles are there. So if they are hitting the middle of the circle, they get the maximum points. That's what we see in the Olympic Games. The shooter. Okay. So, and even to hit the middle of the circle, we rarely find such kind of people. What to speak about a moving object. Okay. So please understand how expert they were earlier. Okay. All the Kshatriyas, they were moving and fighting, they are releasing the arrows and they are hitting. So how much practice they have to do, and they are doing. So it only because of when they have the control of the senses, when they are focused, when they are endeavoring, and by controlling the senses, then they can achieve these feats. Not just by, nowadays, hardly people have that sense control. Yes or no? Like for example, when we are, okay, nowadays online classes are happening. What we do? We switch off our videos and we try to hear the audio and we want to do other things in other tabs. Open some other tabs simultaneously. Okay, do multiple things at once. But when we don't have the focus and we are doing the multiple things, we will not become expert in anything. What Arjuna was asked when that bird was shown, what Arjuna tells, when Dronacharya asks what you are seeing, what Arjuna tells?
I can just see the eye of the bird.
You can just see the eye of the bird. Okay. But if we are asked, okay, tell me what you have, like for example, if tomorrow you have maths exam. Okay. So if you are asked, tell me what all you did from morning to evening. So how much we say? From morning to evening, except for eating and taking, okay, cleaning my body and everything, except those things, some bodily requirements, okay, except those things, all time I just started solving the problems. Does it happen like that with us?
No,
Similarly,
Prabhuji.
if we are given the mobile and asked, okay, internet is given, you just go and search, okay, the answers for your questions. For example, some project is given in science or maths or social studies. So how much we are restricted, for example, if science is there, how much we just stick to the topic of what we have to search for. How much we do? Do we do only science?
Other things also.
We just jump here and there. Sometimes, okay, does any movie came? Or is there any serial? Or what about sports? And nowadays, what about Facebook? Who has posted me? Okay, what is posted? And what about WhatsApp? So many. So it is not that they're all distractions. So earlier, okay, just the object is there. You have to focus on one thing. Now so many objects are there. So that is why so there should be focus and there should be endeavor. So we may be searching from morning to evening, but with how much focus? Say with 1% focus. Then we'll get only 1% result. But we can't say, oh, I also sat on my computer for 8 hours. My friend also sat for 8 hours. But he is getting 100 marks. I am only getting 50 marks. Because the focus was less. Or sometimes focus is there, but the endeavor is not there. Like when you are seeing, okay, when you are seeing 1 hour, you are focused. But 7 hours, you are not at all endeavoring only. You are just sleeping. Okay. But your friend is focused and is endeavoring for 2 hours. Obviously, he is double to you. You're getting the point? So these things, that's what differs from Vedic education or earlier yugas, people, how focused they are, and now the people. So that is why they are always disturbed. Okay. Then he shot 20 arrows into the hollow of a cow's horn, swinging on a rope around a pole. So after showing his skill with a bow, Arjuna took out his sword and mace, demonstrating many dexterous moves with them both. Okay, so he took a sword, he took a this what is a mace, gada. Okay, so with the both in hand, is showing, means he is moving them. Okay, with expertise. And that is why he is called as, his name is, another name is called as Savyasachi. Savyasachi means one who can use both the hands. Like for example, when he was releasing the arrows, sometimes he, like for example, this side he has to hit with right hand. Sometimes he was to release the, okay, he used to change the hands. With right hand he used to release and left hand also. Like simple thing, like cricket bowler is there. Sometimes he comes and releases the ball like this, sometimes he releases like this. So how difficult for the batsman if he is like that? You're getting the point?
Yes, Prabhuji.
For example, he can bat with left hand also very equally. He is having the same strength, and right hand also he has the same strength. What happens to the bowler? If a person is like that, he can bowl with right hand, with left hand, and play with right hand, play with left hand. Okay, that means bat with left hand and bat with right hand. Then if you have such type of a person like Arjuna, what will happen to the opposite teams? They'll become mad. Yes or no? So that's what Arjuna, he was dexterous. Dexterous means he can play with the both hands. And similarly, what was told? Can anyone explain this thing? Like there was a swinging cow. Cow's horn means what you say? The horn means this. They have horns and 2 horns in the front. Okay. So the horn was moving and they released the arrows. 10 arrows entered into the hole of a horn. You are getting the point? So how expert he is. Okay, so like a pendulum. Okay, like understand, like there is a, means this thing means like this, horn is like this, say. So it is moving like this. And you have to release, he released 10 arrows at once into this horn with a hollow on. Hare Krishna. The exhibition was almost over. The music had stopped and the crowd's excitement had cooled. Suddenly, they heard at the stadium gate the sound of someone slapping his arms with great force and roaring like an enraged elephant. Obviously, some hugely powerful man had arrived. The people looked around for the source of the sounds. Are the mountains cracking asunder? Is the earth itself splitting apart? Others thought that some jealous god had come there wishing to display his might. Okay. So basically what they are thinking that, because some person, okay, slapping his arms, he entered. And he is none other Karna, he enters. Now what he says, how he displays, and what all things happen, okay, how he is refused, and like he makes friendship with Duryodhana, and it makes him king of Anga. All those things we'll discuss in next class. Any questions?
No questions, Prabhuji.
Anant, you have any questions? Anant is there. That is why if you switch off the video, then these problems happen. Okay. And if there are no questions, we'll stop here because next is stop. Srila Prabhupada ki,
Jai.
Panchatattva Bhagwan ki,
Jai.
Shri Radha Govind Sriman Mahaprabhu ki,
Jai.
Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya ki,
Jai.
Darshan Chakra ki,
Jai.
Shindev Bhagwan ki.
Jai.
Okay, we'll continue next week. Stop here. Thank you.